going to be that kind of energy. Okay? So we're coming through with a live session for you guys. We're just going to wait a few minutes to let some people join. Okay? Grab some water. Right? The Hierophant has some great downloads as always. So I hope you guys are ready. Right? Get your pen and paper ready because it's always a jewel that is dropped.
Definitely.
Okay?
So before we even start, I want to say, you know, Ashe to the ancestors, all praise to the Most High.
That's right.
I want to take time to acknowledge the life and work of Rich Homie Quan and his departure from this realm, untimely, most likely unexpected. And it's kind of ironic, you know, that the brother would die from an overdose, because I remember when he made his first album, I Promise to Never Stop Going In, I think that was the name of it. Yo, that album was so big, right? And it was like, many of us in the city where I'm from, we had just begun to kind of dabble in new drugs, psychedelics and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I remember when Rich Homie Quan album was, what would you do for some paper? You know, like songs like Get the Fuck Out My Face and all of these songs, they kind of drove us even to a certain level of ascension with music.
Right.
Like many of us became drug induced because the music was created from a drug induced space, right? Not to slight that brother, or he had a wonderful gift and he made beautiful work. You know, I like his language, I like his cadence, and I like his delivery, you know, but most of all, I like his vocals. So just want to take time to acknowledge that brother and his body of work. Such an untimely departure. And let's kind of focus on what we putting in ourselves, Divine Collective. Some of these things, they don't give us a chance to recover.
Yeah.
You know, things like fentanyl and other drugs, other chemicals that they cut these narcotics with that we take. Just kind of watch yourself if you find yourself, you know. So with no further delays, I'm going to purify with water. We're going to purify by water. I connect with spirit and pure intent.
By water, I connect with spirit through pure intent.
So I'm going to drop the downloads.
Message!
When we wake up in the morning, number one, what we engage in says a lot about where we are. Some wake up and they pray and it reflects through their life. Some wake up and they eat and it reflects through life. Some wake up and we grab the phone. We check our social medias. Whatever you engage in, it begins to scream volumes about the state you live in. Like, if you don't force yourself to wake up and gravitate towards something positive, then you set a negative tempo. And believe it or not, grabbing our phones might be doing a disservice to us. Because every social media platform that you may be connected to is surrounded by negativity.
Absolutely.
Even your own when you put it there. So just be aware that what we engage in when we first wake up, it screams volumes about the state of mind that we live in. Number two, this is for divine couples. Now, I'm feeling like the energy of astral wars and not knowing the importance of one another. If you are in a divine union, just know that you face adversity in the 3D, you face adversity in the spirit, right? Both planes of existence. So when you are at odds in the 3D, you're not that strong in the dream state. When you go to sleep at odds with your counterpart, you're not going to sleep connected. So it could cause suffering in the sleep state. Many of the spiritual, World War III is what we live in. For those of you all who don't know, along with this Aquarius age knowledge, it comes Aquarius age warfare. It's spiritual. It's World War III. It's more spiritual, so your enemy is spiritual, non-physical. You can't see it. So when you're dealing with a divine partnership, your enemy is ever vigilant. Now mind you, you can't see it. So therefore, you will begin to accuse the other one of being the enemy when you are the enemy.
That's right.
We are the enemy. We become the enemy. Why? Because we fighting spirits, but we won't see it because we fighting one another.
That's right.
In the 3D, if you're not connecting, then you can't have foresight into the spirit realm. It's a hindrance. It's a blockage. In the 3D, it has to be solid. The foundation has to be set in the 3D. And then it creates union in the spirit realm. So when you sleep in the sleep state where everything is astral, right? When you connect with your divine partner in the 3D and you get a solid connection and you resonate that way, when you go to sleep, you war evenly. When you allow the enemy to cause dissension within the union and you go to sleep divided. So both are susceptible. Now, what does warfare look like in the astral realm for divine unions? You have your karmic situation, they have theirs. That's divine warfare. The things that they war against, God may have you there as a protector, right? But if you're not in alignment with that person, you can't protect them. So you leave them susceptible, you leave yourself susceptible. And remind you, the war is against spiritual wickedness. Principalities. So it's things you can't see.
That's right.
Number 3. Showing up healed in the world will offend your naysayers and your rumor starters. You being healed adds questions to their narrative. See, when you show up in the world and you are healed, first, before we go to being healed, I want to start on healing and heal. If I suffer 2 wounds, one in the arm and one in the leg, if I only tend to the wound in my arm, my leg is still wounded. That's how we are in life. We are wounded in many different areas from going through many different levels of trauma. To heal one trauma is not to heal all of them. So sometimes we walk and we think that we healed, but we don't know we healed until that button get pushed. Then that button get pushed and that wound get open. So healing is a process. Heal one thing at a time. It's impossible to heal yourself altogether at once. You have areas, right, and we're going to get to them. But we have areas inside of ourselves that we are in denial about. Each and every divine being I know, each and every human I know. You have areas about yourself that you will completely deny exist, that hinder you and leave you unhealed. Now, showing up healed in areas, because we do heal. It offends your naysayers when you show up healed. One of the main reasons why is because the naysayers, they start the rumors about you that circulate. So most of these rumors, they sign your death certificate. they'll say that person is in a situation and there's no hope for them. They won't make it out. They'll be consumed. Then here you go showing up, making it out, rising above the last place that they pinned you to. So it adds questions to their narrative. So what it does is it makes the people that they lied to look at them and send the energy. That's understanding energy. This is all about showing up healed. This ain't about fighting a battle. This ain't about addressing no rumors. It ain't about any of that. It's about healing yourself and showing up in that healed energy. It's going to offend your naysayers, right? And when the question's raised and opposed to them, that's the energy that takes them to the point of karma. That's the beginning of karma, the transference of energy. You know how they asked and they said, well, I thought you said they wasn't solid. Or I thought that you said that they were this kind of way. That's an energy shift. No one goes unaffected by that. And I say that to say, understand the hand of the divine at work. When people do you dirt ball, crack ball, dirty, begin to understand that everything you try to do in your power, it work against you. Because why? You're dealing with crack ballness. Ain't no righteousness to it. There's no code of ethics to it. There's no fairness to it. So you can't even look at those people and continue to make excuses, because it becomes a negative pattern that holds you back. It's like this person wounded you, but you like, oh, they all right. No, they're not okay. Right. They're not all right. They need help. Because if a person can wound you and you know you're a divine creation, what makes them all right? They not. God on their ass and the ancestors on their ass. They are not okay. And it's not okay for you to put your prayers on that. It's not okay for you to be okay with being done like that. Right? Show up healed. That's all is on you to do. Because that healed, imagine this. Thank you, Spirit. Imagine I'm walking as a man who's down. Therefore, my character is covered. That you can't see me. But then one day, I mess around and bust out. And now you can see me. That's an energy shift. Because the label that went on me when I was here, it came from naysayers. People that quite possibly seen my strength or yours. And instead of them promoting you were strong, they tried to pile on more. This is what karmics do. So when you raise up above it and you show up, your healing sends an energy backward. Why? Because the truth will always defeat the lie. It's like lie get the mosey and then truth push it right on out the way. So living your truth. Your truth is being healed. It's no greater truth than healed. Think about it. When people went to the energy of let's go to the energy of the Bible. When people went to the prophets, you know what they wanted? Healing. Right? That's what it was. The requisite was healing. So healing, that was the evidence. That was the money. That was the everything. To be healed. So healing is the thing to do. That's the earning. You understand? That's the spiritual earning. You know what it means to be healed? I heard a reader say, the generational curse is stay and sleep.
You heard me. That's real.
The generational curse is staying asleep. So waking up, that's healing. That's healing for your bloodline. Imagine you wake up and then you can give somebody in your bloodline a truth.
That's right.
Oh yeah, the ancestors, they very real. Oh yeah, this is very real. God in you is real. The ability for you to change is real. The ability to understand what it takes to overstand poverty. That's healing. You hear me? Like the brother say, the understanding to overstand what it takes to rise above poverty. In the mindset of poverty, what is richness, really? Once you obtain that and you pass it down, that's a pinnacle.
Wow.
That is a pinnacle. That is a saving grace. That is a redirection of bloodline.
That's right.
That is the freeing up of ancestors. That is the liberty for people being born into this realm. That's the wealth. You want to see generations after you driving in the Mercedes Benzes, don't you? And got it the honest way. You know how you make that happen? It may not happen while you live, but you can set the tempo. So when you in the Yamas looking back, time is an illusion. You see your generation reach the mark. Imagine you working hard, right? And you transition and you don't get to see it. But guess what you see when you move? Time is an illusion. You see your bloodline heal. All your work you did, you see who coming. You see who about to incarnate back into this physical realm. You see what it's about to be. The same way they see when I watched a baby. It's not funny, y'all, but I watched a video of a baby that they was doing babies that incarnated, and they was showing them in they past life self. This baby, he was sitting in the he was in the slums, and he was like this.
In the high chair.
He just looked like, why am I here in this calming situation?
That baby had to
now,
be what, like probably about 3 months.
Man, he was little. He was like,
he looked so disgusted.
So old within his soul. But imagine being in the Yamas with that soul that's about to incarnate, and the work ain't been done.
Wow.
And they saying, oh, you got to go back to try get it right again, because the last time your soul did it. Now here you go in another body. Somebody, you know what it is?
You don't even know the karma that comes with this new move.
Yo, it happens every day in the neighborhoods that we from. Babies having babies. The karma being rushed. You know how that looks, y'all. Like, we had babies that grow up and do the same old thing we did verbatim though. The same drug addictions, the same hindrances. So, heal. Number 4. Even, this is a deep one, even the protected chosen ones are no match for the distortion of the Al-Kul, right? There are 5 spirits of Al-Kul: brandy, gin, rum, tequila, vodka, and whiskey. These are known as the 6 spirits of the Al-Kul. Now, let's get into what is the Al-Kul and what does Al-Kul is let's say alcohol. It's the spirit of alcohol.
Beer, wine, and spirits.
Beer, wine, and spirits.
Ain't it
right? Al-Kul is the spirit in what we drink. It attacks the liver. You know why it attacks the liver? Blood is the life force that filters through the liver. If the liver is attacked, it renders the blood dirty. Al-Kul is designed to eat flesh and transform into spirit. That's deep.
That's very deep.
So when we drink, we are essentially transforming into the spirits. You ever known a person that been drinking so much that now it's basically that they are becoming an entity. Al-Kul is a spirit that, now, we all, because they want me to get this accurate, we have high vibrational ancestors that associate with Al-Kul, right? You know how you have some people that they do well and they might come home real tempered and they might take a sip, I'm good, right? They have temperance, right? The spirit of Al-Kul is not able to drive them to a place of oblivion. Because Al-Kul, remember, when we drink, we are transforming into a spirit. You are becoming, the more you consume, the more you become a spirit. Until essentially you can consume so much until you just transition from your natural body into the spirit realm.
Well, remember that thing I seen? It was like a man drinks alcohol, but the alcohol drinks the man.
The alcohol drinks the man. And it's crazy because, you know, in the matter of recovery, I have personally seen human beings recover from every drug addiction physically. Many of them, heroin, cocaine, but I have never seen a man recover from the physical damages of alcohol. It's because that place is now transformed to a spirit. Like, it's like, you gotta, that's why it's aiming at the liver, y'all. Because it's essentially transforming you into
bloodthirsty spirit.
A spirit, right? It's just your body is being consumed. Like she said, man drink alcohol, but alcohol drinks the man, right? Now, another spirit associated with the alcohol is the spirit of tobacco, right? Now, the tobacco is sacred. Let's first start there. The indigenous people, they called it Kanzaza, right? Which was it was a carefully crafted tobacco that was lit in regards to ancestral ceremonies and things like that. So it was regarded sacred. That's it. Now, the spirit of tobacco is very dominant, mentally strong, and offers a sense of clarity, which makes it the perfect vice to slip with alcohol. See, think about this. The ancestors don't like when we smoke cigarettes. You know why they don't like it? Because it gets in the way of the transmission. Tobacco is spiritually, mentally strong, the spirit. So when you go on tobacco, you become resistant to other spirits, right? Now, it's two aspects of tobacco use. Cigarettes being low vibration. Why are they low vibration? I'm going to tell you exactly why. The warlocks and wizards that make cigarettes, whoever designed cigarettes for us to smoke, they wicked. I'm going to tell you why. It's things like strychnine in cigarettes. It's things like ethanol. It's all kinds of things it's even been reported to have fiberglass chips in cigarettes. Now, why do they do all these things? These are chemical components that weaken the mind. Why would they put them in tobacco? Remember what I said? Tobacco is mentally strong, the spirit. So if I'm going to attach something to something that's strong, wouldn't it be tobacco? If I want this human to effectively destroy their brain, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all the chemicals I can and I'm going to stuff it in the cigarette because the tobacco is already mentally strong anyway. So because the spirit of tobacco is mentally strong. The indigenous people, they know this, right? That's why you see them sometimes doing the rituals. They have sacred tobacco.
I know, yeah. I noticed a lot of I think I seen some, it might have been Indian.
Yeah.
I think Indians definitely use a lot of tobacco before rituals and things.
So with that being a very mentally strong spirit, let's see what it does to us now. When we drink alcohol, you ever notice how if you're a drinker and a smoker, you smoke more when you drink. That's because you got one spirit transforming you into a spirit, and then you're doing what the ancestors did. I tell everybody, anytime we deal with the energy of ancestral energy, it feels good to the flesh. You know why you smoke like you do? Part of it is your addiction, but part of it is the energy that's behind it. Right. It been on you, it been on your bloodline. So therefore, you quite possibly gravitated towards it as karma, like many of us did. I know I did.
Well, then look, we also have the ancestors. We all have ancestors that, you know, when they transition, they was still with the bullshit.
Yeah.
So of course they come around. They want you.
They
to smoke
want. They want you to smoke with the out cool.
They don't care what come with it, right? They just want to hail of that cigarette too.
They want to live. Yup,
Through
she
you,
ain't lying.
You know, living through us.
Please take the jewels as they come, because your ancestors that live, they exist without a body.
That's right.
They exist through vibration.
All of them.
They need
good.
a body to experience. The same way a demon need a body,
Right.
a low vibrational ancestor need a body. Yours. See, the demon is not necessarily your blood familiar. They can't necessarily live in your vibrations like your ancestors. Your ancestors, they a part of you. So when you do something, they be right there influencing you, feeling the good with you. You know how that cigarette hits you so fast? Boom, they be right there too, like, well, we got one. So when you drinking out cool and smoking, you are transforming yourself into a whole entity. The out cool, that's why it becomes a drive. You ever notice, thank you, Spirit, in some rituals, right? Particularly voodoo rituals, some of the deities, they like cigarette, tobacco. So you have some practitioners, yo, they will smoke 3 packs of cigarettes.
Why they doing
And don't even smoke in real life. I mean, walk away from the ritual, you won't even catch them with a cigarette in their hand.
Most of the time that's how it is, yeah.
I believe I saw somebody channel Ayalala, and they were smoking, right? They had channeled the entity Ayalala, and they were smoking and smoking and smoking. And then it was like, after the ritual was done, and Ayalala was gone, the person goes right back to being normal. That's the power of tobacco, y'all. Now you mix that with the alcohol, you got two very powerful spirits that you're dealing with, right? So let's be aware of that. Oh, no, I already did that one. Okay, I think I already did these. I had some more. Oh, yeah. Before assuming the position of finding out who you are, find out who you are not.
Ooh.
Start there.
Wow.
Because if you don't know who you not,
that's right.
you never gonna find out who you are, because you subject to become any old thing, thinking that's who you are. You gotta step to this, particularly your spirituality, knowing who you not first, knowing where you not going.
What you want to do, that's right.
I'm not that. Y'all gotta pass me with that ritual. You gotta let that one go by me. Why? Because I'm not that.
Right.
Right? And believe me, it's more deeper than just limited belief systems or what we bound to in the 3D. You gonna resonate with what's not you if you in tune. If you truly get in tune, you gonna know what's not you. Spirit gonna let you know. So position yourself to find that out first. Who am I not? Now let me find out who I'm not. Now I can really begin my journey to find out who I am, because I already know who I'm not. And it could be the person that you are right now. That could be who you are not. Whoa, Spirit.
That was a good one.
That could
be I felt that one. You heard me. That could be
who you are right now could be who you are not. So if you know you're not happy with your life, and you're not happy with the things that you do, and you know that there's a resonation within you that's not pleased, that's who you're not. Change it. A message for those moving from religion into spirituality, and a message for those moving from spirituality into religion. First, for those moving from religion into spirituality, never forget the love of your deity, whether it be Christ, Buddha, Muhammad. When you move into spirituality, You're furthering the knowledge of who you believe in. Don't go trading places. That's who you're not, right? Your deity, your first love, don't forsake it. Mine is Christ. So I never forsake my love in Christ, no matter where I go as spiritual. Now, for my spiritualists leaving to go to religion, please understand that the devil exists there too, right? Like, don't be a person that leaves spirituality and claim that, you know, oh, well, I left because the demons were on me and I did some things. No, most likely you left because of some of the decisions that you made.
Wow.
Because I'm saying that to say there is no blurred lines, there is no difference. Religion is spirituality, and spirituality is religion when you view it from a right perspective.
Right.
They should coexist.
Wow.
It shouldn't be I'm this or I'm that. That's why I'm saying, what are we running from? You got one running from one problem into another set of problems, and you got one running from one set into another set. You should be running towards ascension. If you leave a community, it's not to look back and knock that place. That's the place that gave you what you needed to get where you're at now. If you had some demonic experiences in spirituality, probably predicated upon the decisions that you chose to make. We all choose our own paths. So see, thank you, Spirit, because there's somebody running from spirituality to religion to escape a debt. You won't. If you have a debt to be paid, it's a debt that's going to be paid. Either or. We can't run from one to the next, to the next, to the next. It's time for us to face our decisions that we made and allow God to bless us. So that was
very good. I especially that last one, those last two. I really like that. Thank you. You're just doing a good job. So, hey y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed that, right? I do have a few downloads. I was just trying to straighten out my cards here. It's like no matter how many times you straighten these particular cards out, they just kind of do their own thing. But I like to have them all one way so that when I pull them, it just, is better. But let me, I'm almost done here, and then we're going to jump into, I don't have too much, he always comes with the deep, getting your mind really, really going. But I definitely have something for you guys, so let me get it. I'll finish this later. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? Excuse me. Okay, so I got this download from Source, and this could be definitely relevant for you, okay? It says, everything that you have been dreaming is ready to manifest. Spirit is trying to get you prepared. The things you have been calling in are enormous and require you to be fully prepared. So I feel like, Spirit is really wanting us to be prepared, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So I feel like it's very important for you to get ready, divine being. Keep up, right? Like that kind of energy. It's time for you to keep up. Spirit is wanting you to be prepared, because whatever you have been manifesting, whatever you have been calling in from God, whatever you have been praying so hard over, you are literally about to be blessed abundantly. So, get ready, okay? That was very specific. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have for you guys? Okay. Okay. The energy of evil begins to attack us at a young age, sometimes even in the womb. Hence, premature babies that fight from the moment they enter the world, right? You know how we also as adults, I am guilty myself. I've done it before, but as I spiritually ascend and really become my higher self, you know, I have to be more cautious and aware of the things that I do and the things that I say. And I'm going to tell you guys, it is a everyday challenge, okay? Like, you know, it is an everyday challenge just to pick and choose my words. It is an everyday challenge just to, you know, stay humble and never get too above myself. And you know, it's an everyday challenge to fight the demons within me, right? Because we all have those parts of us that we continuously have to fight every day. But I was thinking about how, you know, even as children, we are attacked from the beginning. And some, you know, I was thinking about, like I said, premature babies, they come into the world fighting in. And then think about how we as people, you know, we scare children, right? We might have them watch a particular thing on a movie, or we may literally tell them a story, or we may literally walk up and scare the hell out of them and mock them and begin laughing. You know, which is very evil, because we laugh when they cry, right? We find it to be amusing and funny. But really, I feel like it's an attack on our children. So, you know, pay attention to your children. I've been picking up a lot of energy about, you know, our divine collective of children. And we have some very, very spiritually gifted children out here right now, you know, that we really have to set a tone. You know, that's why we try to vibrate high in a high frequency in the universe, because these children are very, very spiritual beings, and they know a lot more than what we think. You know, I feel like,
as she was saying it, not to cut her off, but because this resonates in my personal life as well.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with divine seeds, and particularly like adoptees, or you know, you may be a person that has opted to adopt a child or whatever. You gotta be careful how you treat that child, and you because what you gotta realize, divine children, they can be a blessing or they can be a karma to you.
That's real.
Because if they come into your area of existence and you begin to try to be a person that's trying to stop the way that God is moving in that child's life, it's gonna create turbulence in your life. Like she said, these children, they been born with like communication with the ancestors. Like they coming out the womb. Like, you know, we all born with like a past life kind of knowingness. As they begin to inject us with shots, we forget. These kids being born with a link so strong to as though they growing like this.
And that's real. Think about it. Even our youngest kids. Think about the kids that were born in like the early 2000s. You know, I've seen some of my girlfriends that I've gone to school with and different things. They have babies. These babies are holding their bottles at three months.
Especially these COVID babies.
Yeah, though, right.
These babies born under the energy of the COVID.
Yeah, they have like special gifts. So I feel like, you know, it's very important to protect them. You know, there's already enough evil spirits and principalities fighting against these babies. So it's our job to protect these divine beings. And, you know, I thought using the example of how we sometimes scare children would be a good way to kind of look at things, because, you know, it's really mockery, right? You know?
Like,
and we you know, we have to make sure that we
it's early trauma. It's like, you know, our parents, I ain't gonna lie, like my aunt, she used to do something to me in my childhood, and like she would be like, we would watch scary movies, and then she would be like, go downstairs and get me some water.
Right, yeah.
And I'd be like,
funny.
I don't want to go down
I
there.
know, I
And she'd be
remember
like,
that.
boy, get your ass up
Ain't that
and go down there and
scary?
get me some water. Ain't you what you scared of? And then I'll get down there
That's
and get
trauma,
the water,
though.
right? And while I'm getting the water, it's like, she'd be knowing. And she'd be like, boy, watch out, the boogeyman right down there behind you.
Yes,
Yo,
that's
I'll
but
turn around and jump.
And I've done that as a
Trauma,
mom
though.
too, but you know, but it really, you know, they got enough stuff they battle with, you know, because honestly, and you know, if you do have a younger child, pay attention, because these children do see things. I was one of those. I've seen these things.
Yeah,
right?
the boogeyman,
you know,
they already
it's
see
spirits.
enough that they see things that we don't we so grown up.
Right.
That we are so to traumatize them with the boogeyman. Now you making everything that they see be frightful to them. You know, when kids look and see energies, like for me, it used to be like how low vibrational energies they come and mess with the children. Like say it might be a bag on the wall. It just sit up against the wall. Now you turn the light out.
It look like a whole dinosaur.
All this energy coming from over there, and the child is saying, it's something over there. And you like, shut up, it ain't nothing but the bag. Yeah, when you turn the light on. But you don't know what's going on. It's an energy there.
Right.
The kid can't see in the dark.
Right.
So they feeling the energy. Think about how many things that the kids tell us that they see,
That's right.
but it's dark in the room.
That's real.
Surely if it's dark and they saying they see something, they not seeing it. They seeing it with a deeper eye.
That's real.
So especially these divine children, I feel Spirit is wanting us to, like, you don't know how much it avails you to have a divine child. You could take that child in the market and be like, take them in the produce and be like, what you think I should eat to increase my health? And then get the tapping in there, Akashic records. Next thing you know, you got ginger, you got roots, you got all this stuff. And it's predicated upon nurturing the intellect of the child. They already got enough conflict being born with these gifts. They are conflicted now. They ain't like us. See, we was born still asleep. With us raising our conscious, think about what happened in the world when the virus hit. People woke up.
That's right.
People like, hold up. People went inside. They was awakened. They was having divine sex. And they was making divine children. And now these babies being born and spawn out of that energy. And look at what it's creating. Yo, it's creating walking powerhouses. They babies though.
Babies. Yeah. Thank you for that. So another one, okay. Mistakes, okay. This is a download that I got, so hopefully this helps someone. Mistakes do not define you; they refine you. Okay, let me say that again. Mistakes do not define you; they refine you. See, God wants us to learn from our mistakes, and if we let Him, God will use the results of our mistakes as the foundation upon which He can build a new life. So I feel like right now, Spirit is really wanting us to be accountable for the mistakes that we're making, myself included. I have had to surrender for several mistakes I have made this week, right? Because it's a daily thing, right? We all have daily struggles, right? But we fight through, right? So don't allow your mistakes to define you. Allow them to refine you, right? Allow your mistakes to be the reason why today you change something, right? Maybe after this live, you'll go and say a prayer, or maybe after this live, you'll feel a little bit more confident in yourself, and you know, you might eat a better lunch, or you might go outside and put your feet in the grass, or you know, instead of going, you know, to sit down after work, maybe you'll go and walk for 10 minutes, right? But mistakes do not define you, they refine you, right? I feel like I'm hearing reinvention. You are in the energy of reinventing yourself, divine being, right? Okay. So those were my downloads. Okay. And we're going to just get a message out. Let's get a message out, okay? So we're going to tap into your energy. We about to tap into your energy. Okay, you want to start? Let's see. I'll get the energy going. Let's get some letters. We can pull some letters out.
Yeah.
Right there. Oh, before we do that, let's see what kind of energy we in, babe. Look, let's roll some dice. We're going to roll the dice, Sean, and see what house we're working in today. Okay? So, I like to see what kind of energy I'm. Woo! We got 8. Okay, so we've been in the same houses the last couple days, but we're in the 8th house. Okay, so this house is all about Pluto and Scorpio. Okay, this house is dealing with like the dark side, right? And we talked about this today, so that's good, right? Learning how to balance your dark side, your sexuality, death and transformation, right? Your goals, mystery, finances, sex and intimacy, right? This keeps coming out. I feel like shared properties, joint ventures, goals, and partners and resources. I feel like right now the 8th house keeps coming out. So I feel like death and transformation is very, very valid, right? I feel like right now it is the energy of literally we all have to go through a spiritual death, and so that we can be reborn, right? The energy of refining ourselves, right? And I feel like this is very important. You could also definitely be a Scorpio watching us, okay? There's something significant about a Scorpio, or maybe even Scorpio season. I feel like, intimacy is very important right now in this energy, okay? I feel like, co-creating. I'm hearing co-creating, right? With your partner, with the divine. I'm just, with your soul tribe. There's a need for divine partnerships, okay? And this is not with just your mate. I'm talking about like finding your soul tribe, people with like minds, like you, and people that are in the same energy as you and have the same goals. I feel like right now there with the 8th house energy, there's also a lot of resources available for you spiritually, divine being. Okay, I feel like the energy of the ancestors is just right here, and we should be calling it in, right? The 8th house is all partnerships, right? Calling in the energy from the divine, calling in the energy of your ancestors on in the light side, right? Like that kind of energy, really letting go and sacrificing parts of yourself, right? So that you can invite more light in.
8th house also speaks of a need for you to embrace mystery, right? And a lot of it is, I see merging sex. So as the world begins to shift, I think that it's important that people begin to take a lot of the stigmatas off of people's sexuality, right? Because that's a part of the mysterious. Like when we look at, I want to throw this back. Let's look at the energy of the disciples, right? When we look at the energy of the disciples, you have one that was soft, right? So when you think about the softness of John and the way that he always held effeminate a nature, it screams homosexuality, right? This is what it screams. Now, a lot of us take on the outdated perspective of religion, and we say, well, anybody that's moving in homosexuality or any of those things is demonic, right? Lack of understanding. Everybody has a different sexual set. That doesn't define who you are from your soul's aspect. It never has, nor will it ever. So when you begin to do that, right, you begin to limit yourself and the perspective of the world at large. There is not one soul born in this world that's not privy to redemption. Redemption, salvation, that's there. That's for everybody, right? So, but it's a mystery. And in the mysteries lie a greater understanding about life. You have to begin to be able to be in the same room as people who have different sexual preferences without being a person that begins to cast dark shadows. Like, I can't be in a room with, I'm going to take it to the extreme. Say I share a cubicle at work with a hermaphrodite. I can't go behind this person. I hate that person over there. I don't know if they're a man or a woman. Because what you're doing, you dirtying up the environment in the world, right? And the karma going to fall on you. Whatever people do, it's associated with the mystery. It's a mystique that lies with every human. And what makes the world a place of imprisonment is when we cast dark shadows on people due to lack of understanding, right? You gotta realize, man, thank you, Spirit, some of the things that you enjoy in life, some of the fashions that you wear, some of the things, the cars that you drive, do you know that a lot of these things are created from the energy of a sexuality you don't agree with? You know that, right? So why be hostile? These are the mysteries, right? We are to guard them. As people, you are to guard the mystery. Like it says partners, ventures, goals, joint ventures, right? Now, what type of venture do you expect to go on in life if all you do is cast dark shadows on people that you don't understand because of their sexuality or who they may be and their sexual realm? That's really none of your business, right? That belongs to the divine. God make people how they are. Everybody that's not agreeable with you is not affected by the demonic. You are. If you look at everybody like that, you have things to straighten out. 8th house energy. It's about the merging, right, of partners and resources. It's about saying, listen, I ain't no better than the next person. And I could work with whoever God send me to work with. That's that kind of 8th house energy, right? Death, hidden transformation. Death and transformation that's great dark energy. Dark energy is not evil energy. Allowing something to die in yourself, that something may be born, that's the ultimate transition right there. That's highly favored, but it's dark energy. Why is it dark? Because imagine what you got to deal with to change, bro, or sis. Imagine what you have to go through to reach your transformation, or what you had to go through. It wasn't nothing light about that. You had to go through. When something binds you, only way out of, if I'm stuck in prison and the door locked, only way out that prison is to break through that door. That's breaking out of addictions, mindsets. Pluto house. 8th house energy. You snatch something out of here. And I'm reading these upright. Universe soul feelings. The universe is guiding you toward that special someone. Just let everything take its course. Now, I know somebody sitting there like, man, I'm with somebody right now. And the universe ain't got nothing for me or them right now. So I don't even know what he talking about. Let me explain something to you. The universe can be guiding you to a person when you with a whole nother person. And guess what? Y'all don't even have to separate. Pen that. Why? Because if I'm with somebody and it's a divine union, and this is for the one that's with their soulmate, but you having doubts. This is for the one that's in the divine union, but you having doubts. Because why? You haven't showed up yet, or they haven't showed up yet. So somebody ain't showed up divine yet. So somebody feeling like it gotta take its course. See, the universe has a way of doing this to us. All right? Universe will throw two people together and be like, you gotta take a step, and then they'll take a step. Then they'll take a step, and you gotta take a step. Why? Because it's meant to be done together. If God gave you somebody, it was to straighten you out, right? So you're headed towards that special someone, right? It's not always saying that. You have to look at it for what it really is. And for the person that's resonating with being trapped with somebody, and you know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt or contradiction, they ain't the one that's for you, right? Lo and behold, and understand this. The universe will guide you right out of that relationship, right where you're supposed to be, right on time. Right? So you have to realize if the universe is in your favor, just let it be. Soul. Your soul is preparing to reestablish trust in the process. So you are caught in the process. So we see it playing out. Universal soul process of that. Your soul is preparing to reestablish trust in the process. Think about what that's saying, though, Divine Being. That card came out before. If my soul is preparing to reestablish, somewhere I was off track. Somewhere something went wrong. So some work is needed. So the process is saying, if I spell this out, and I'm going to let her get to this last card. If I spell it out, the universe is guiding you towards someone. Let everything take its course and trust in the process. That's what Spirit is saying.
Love it.
So you have to find yourself in that belief, Divine Being.
That's good. Into J. What you see?
It takes time to explore deep emotions you are experiencing. So I'm feeling a person that's on the verge. You ready to tap out. You want to stop. You want to stop this process. Trust in it. Trust in it. Take time to explore these emotions that you have. There's different things going on in you. You crying for no reason. You fighting ghosts for no reason. All that's required is for you to trust in the process of the universe. It's a soul thing going on with you. Your feelings can't comprehend it. It says take time to explore the deep emotions you are experiencing. Yeah, you're going through some things right now that you don't understand them. They bubbling up in you. It's a process that you're going through. And I feel somebody on the other end like, man, he don't know what I'm going through and where I'm at. I do. You in the universe. It's a collective energy. Wherever you at, the universe is guiding you. It doesn't matter where you at. You could feel like you in the lowest lows and you could feel like you on the highest highs. If in either instances you are somewhere where you do not belong, the universe is guiding you from that place. So because I'm feeling the energy of a person that got all the money you want, but something missing. God is moving you to what's missing. Then somebody don't got no money. Don't worry about it. It's coming to you. Look, and then I'm gonna let it go. Imagine if we live, this is how it look in life. In the Bible, the energy speaks about us being caught up in a rapture with God. Caught up in a rapture. Meaning somebody levitated. They get caught up with the energy of the divine. That's how we do, y'all. Work. Do your work. Live your life. Trust in the universe. It's creating an upward spiral energy. You spiral. You're going upward, right? Now I want you to realize, when we create a spiral that goes upward, we define the laws of gravity, y'all. Remember that. Gravity pulls down, right? We spiral in an upward way. So expect your spiral to be tempered. It's going to be like that. You know why? You fighting against gravity. Gravitational pull is negativity. It pulls us like this. But keep doing what you're doing, because in a minute, that energy, boom, it's going to connect. And that's when the divine pull you up in a sense like the rapture, so to speak. It's all a state of mind. You go there, you get to going there, get to going, take time, give yourself time to explore yourself. Don't worry about, okay, they telling me this. You could be a person right now, you want to know the future outcome. You want to know the future outcome. You want to have a thorough understanding of what's going on right now. And you want God to keep talking to you, right? He not. He's speaking in a still small voice. God will tell you something like, I'm with you, right? And then you falling down. God I thought you said you with me, right? all you're going to hear is God say in a still small voice, I'm with you. Because you know what God is teaching you? If God with you, do something. Yo, we be falling like, is God with me? And God say, I'm with you. If God with me, that means it's time for me to pop my collar and be like, hold up. Let me move this way, even though I don't even know how to move that way. Let me move that way. Let me say I need help.
That's divine faith.
Let me be real with life because God with me, right? If God with you, why you faking about anything? See, a lot of us missing because we don't believe God with us, so we start lying. We don't believe God with us, so we go to faking. Well, God can't be with that. If God say he with you, yo, if you fall, it don't matter. Grab something. God with you. What does that mean when God is with you? When the divine with you, that means that you can grab something that a normal person, you can be falling and grab a thread and hold yourself. Because God with you. Now, a normal person, they can't do that. But when you got God, that's what the devil tried to convince, particularly the ones who God with. The devil always send an energy of loneliness. You fighting that. Oh, I'm alone. I'm this, I'm that. But God say he with you though. And what's at his right hand? All the pleasures. It say life's pleasures is at his right hand. So if God is with us, ain't nothing less than we do but trust the process. Look, the feelings, they gonna come in. You know, feelings are like emotions and feelings, they like waves. They come in, but then they subside, but then they come back in. So you gotta be a strong foundation. You know what's strong? We used to go down the lake. It was a big old tree that grew out the water. Imagine how strong that tree gotta be. That's not normal. See, the other trees, they grow on land. They ain't gotta deal with the current. This tree grow out the water. So it got, when the emotional waves come, that tree got, whoa, boy, the waves come. That's how we gotta be. Like the Bible says, a tree that's planted by rivers of running water, right? That's how we are. Think about it. A tree that's planted by rivers of running water, the Bible said that for a meaning. The tree in water is a different tree. It can stand the current. The current won't move it. You see what I'm saying? It's like emotions are currents, y'all. They come in waves. You know how you ever been...
It's like water, you can fit in different containers.
You ever been in a toxic relationship and you finally get out of it, right? And then for the life of you, you can't understand why every now and then you dealing with, you know, you might get that song, come, I'm telling you love makes things happen. And then you might be like, those are waves. You know how we deal with those? They come in and you supposed to do like, yeah, man, fuck out here. Because you already know that they are nothing but They don't move that tree. That tree gonna be there when they come. That tree gonna watch them waves go back out. That's you. That's giving yourself time to explore the depth of your emotion. It's very deep like water. And you know what water does? It gets consistently deeper. You know how water is? That's one place they never been to. Where? The bottom of the ocean. They never been to the bottom. They've been to a bottom only to discover, oh, it's a deeper bottom. That's your emotions. Trying to get to the bottom of them for what? Take time. Explore them. Explore them. And know most importantly, look at this tree. Ain't as crazy as a tree on there I was talking about. Look how thick that tree is. Be that. Wow. A tree planted by rivers of running water. That way, the emotional tides, you be immovable. You won't be thrown to and fro. Like, it's like, man, I'm over here, then I'm over here, then I'm over. No, be right here. Know that God is with you. Know that your soul is preparing to reestablish. Take your time.
Good stuff. Okay. So we have the letter F.